get it, do a quick live right quick. No, but I just wanted to talk about this situation that was going on with Kyrie and how basically the Brooklyn Nets owner is feeling himself a little too much. Now he's starting to come across as a slave master. And he's what Brian Gumble talked about, how some of these owners conduct themselves, acting like Kyrie Irving is his personal property. At the end of the day, Kyrie Irving is still a damn man. You know, it's almost like that scene from South Central. Do he not see this as a man before him, saying he doesn't believe he's shown enough sorrow and all this kind of stuff? And like I said, I've talked about this for years on my channel. You know, like I said, it's never enough when a black man make a mistake and apologizes. It's always they want more. It's always prove to us you're sorry. That's the problem. He said he's sorry. So who is you to keep like trying to lay out the condition like you God or something? And that's what's wrong with these dudes. And I'm trying to keep my composure together because at the end of the day, you have no idea what I really want to say about homeboy, you know, Joe Tsai. So I got to be careful for a new for a number of different reasons. But he's just coming across as a Asian white supremacist. Now it's to the point now you have to question whether he's being racist or not. Now, at the end of the day, this may be a plot to just get Kyrie Irving off the team whatsoever. Here's the thing. If you don't want him to be there, just pay the man and organize and put together a buyout. But see, they don't want to do that. See, he wants Kyrie Irving pretty much to walk away with nothing. Every time you look around, it's an excuse to try to take away this dude's money. Now, you have to ask yourself, what's in Kyrie Irving's contract? Does he have a moral clause in his contract where he has to go through all all these regiments to get back on the court, or it's just something that he created? So he got to do all this to get back on the court. Like I said before, you would think all Kyrie Irving did is retweet about a movie and it led to all this. But ain't nobody said a damn thing about Shaquille O'Neal, who viewed the movie, had a showing of this movie at a theater that he owned. And nobody's went after Shaquille O'Neal. Nobody's had segments going after Shaquille O'Neal. The only people that have been calling Shaquille O'Neal out is pretty much black media because they've been trying to hide from this. You know, that's all they've been doing. That's what this for real. Nobody has said nothing to Shaquille O'Neal. Wouldn't it be more wrong of Shaquille O'Neal for a movie that's supposed to have so much anti this, anti that? At the end of the day, I haven't even seen the movie. But just hearing people talk about it and the contents of this movie is something that you could just have a discussion about. But see, that's the thing. Right before our eyes, you got people sitting up here trying to rewrite our history. You got laws that they just passed where they're going to try to get rid of some certain type of literature to cover up what happened in the past. It's funny. They don't want us to talk about anything that's been done to us. They are literally passing laws to where you can't, and in 4 states, where they're going to try to remove slavery from the history books. So basically, they're going to try to rewrite history right before your eyes and change it. And they're going to lie to you. They're going to teach the children that's coming up in the future lies. They're going to doctor it. See, that's funny. They don't want nobody. Anything that pertains to them that's beneficial to them, they want to keep. It's funny. They don't have no problem making us feel guilty about anything. But then as soon as you throw that guilt back in a direction, they want to holler about, oh, that's a long time ago. That was a long time ago. Hey, let me get rid of this Brian Cruz dude because he trying to troll my channel. So you're gone. since you trying to be funny and shit. But that's what they do. That's what they do. We're not allowed to discuss, teach, educate, whatever, inform people of the stuff, the heinous acts that's been inflicted on us. They try to cover it up. They try to tell us, oh, that didn't happen. Oh, that's not what really happened. But they want us to learn about what happened to everybody else. That's what I'm saying. Everybody else get taken care of except us. Everybody else get taken care of. Everybody else get looked after except us. The Japanese received reparation. The people from God's chosen people from from that particular situation, they received some kind of reparation. The Indian, Native Americans received some type of reparation for events that happened a long time ago. But they have the audacity to tell us they shouldn't be made to feel guilty. But then they want us to feel sorry for everybody else. No, it doesn't work like that. You don't care what happened to me, so I don't give a damn what happened to you. Like I said, it's always this mentality that they have towards us. We just supposed to just sit up there and take it. Just take it. Don't say a damn thing. Just sit up there and take it. They always try to do that stuff. Just tell us to sit up there and take it. Don't respond. Don't respond. Nah, don't respond. Oh, you got to turn the other cheek. Oh, you need to learn how to forgive. Oh, we need to move on. Now, it's funny. We don't tell people. It's funny. We don't get to tell people how to apologize. When somebody do something to us, nobody don't say, "Hey, I'm gonna go talk to black leaders. I'm gonna go to I'm gonna go visit museums. I'm gonna watch Roots. I'm gonna go." No, none of that stuff. I'm gonna give away $500,000 to pay for black kids in the urban cities to go to college and all that stuff. I'm gonna donate $500,000. You want Kyrie Irving to give money to people that already got money? Do that make any kind of sense? I just need somebody to help me understand that. How does that make sense? That's all I'm saying. So Kyrie Irving got to give money to people that already got money. Okay, so basically make a well-off organization more well-off. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But the funny thing is, the Phoenix Suns owner, who was caught up in the situation for using hate speech towards black people and women, he didn't get this much flack. And it was funny, you didn't see Malika Andrews go after him. Because, she loved to go after black people, but she sure didn't go after him. Where was all the smoke for him? And then when you accuse them of being anti-black men, they want to play, who, me? Oh, that's absurd. Oh, that's absurd. I have a black father. Yeah, but you got a white mama too. And your black father may be the only nigga that your mama ever liked. That your white mama ever liked. So stop it. Next. Joe Tsai is coming off as just being a racist. And he acted like a slave master. Kyrie Irving is a damn man. But he treating him like he's less of a man, talking about, I don't feel he's sorry enough. Man, screw you. But overseas in Asia and them type of places, those are communist countries, which they trying to bring communism slowly but surely to the United States based off what they're doing. Like I said, you just had an incident. That's funny. You want to talk about freedom of speech and all that kind of stuff. Well, people want to get to use that word freedom of speech when they want to. Now, you just had an incident at the University of Kentucky where a girl just, said all kind of racial slurs towards a black person. But then you got people defended her with that's working within the college saying, oh, well, freedom of speech. Okay, so how come Kyrie Irving don't have freedom of speech? And I'm going to tell you something else that they worried about that I did some research on. Joe Tsai, what he might be trying to do is stall, because here's something that you guys don't know, and I'm going to do a video about this. Now, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, a federal judge in New York ruled or the state of New York ruled that everybody or anybody that was let go from their job right now, I think they doing right now I think they're doing what you call those people, emergency workers. But anybody that was fired for not wanting to take the potion, they have to give them their job back, and they have to give them back pay. So basically, what could be on the horizons is that the Brooklyn Nets know that they may owe Kyrie Irving, or they do owe Kyrie Irving, millions of dollars in back pay, which once they gonna have to eventually pay. So they trying to figure out a way to get out of paying him that money, which they're not going to be able to do. A federal judge ruled that it was unconstitutional to make somebody do something they don't want to do. So if you are listening to this video and you were in New York, or you might be other places, this may trickle over to everybody, because once again the people that was pushing that stuff was the dimmy dummies. I don't want to get too deep into that. So they may owe Kyrie Irving back pay, or they do owe Kyrie Irving back pay. But Kyrie Irving was vilified for actually exercising his constitutional rights. Now, like I said, I'm not going to get into it, whether you did it or whether you didn't do it, but this could be something that why they sat up there and did this to Kyrie Irving, because people going to start talking about that eventually. So now people going to be like, oh, we owe some money. Money don't have. First of all, you could be oppressed whether you a billionaire or whether you piss poor or broke. So you can't be harassed because you can't be harassed because you got money. How many times have you seen people that say they rich and they miserable? More money, more problems. Because here's the thing: when you get a lot of money, what's stressful about it, you got to figure out how you gonna keep it and how you gonna make more. And then you have to worry about who's out to try to take it. So to say that somebody not oppressed because they got money, that's absurd. That's absurd. That's ridiculous. Well, Adam Silver, it's only so much he could do, because at the end of the day, the commissioner really worked for the owners. That's why he was talking that stuff about, well, he really couldn't try to take the team away from Robert Sarver. But at the end of the day, they cut a deal with Robert Sarver pretty much. They basically said if he just go away quietly, he going to try to keep this out the media. Now, once again, this story with Robert Sarver only got a couple of days. But this thing with Kyrie Irving, like I said, they're acting like Kyrie Irving said that people should be harmed. All he did is retweet something. But like I said before, for years, Rush Limbaugh, Bill O'Reilly, and that's just the name of few. Sarah Silverman, Judd Apatow, Jimmy Kimmel, other people, Ted Danson. Ted Danson came out dressed in blackface, but there was no public outcry. But then if you a black dude, as soon as you say something about somebody, then they coming after you full throttle, because a lot of times they feel like, well, black people ain't gonna get the protection that we may get. And like I said, Ezra Miller is an international criminal. Ezra Miller is wanted in other countries. But you see, they ain't went after him. And for people that's gonna say, oh, well, Ezra Miller doesn't have any ties to the NBA. Oh, but wait a minute, or sports. But wait a minute, when Chris Rock got slapped by Will Smith, everybody was talking about that. So which one is it? How was Will Smith sports related, but Ezra Miller isn't? Y'all see the difference? Yeah, essential workers. That's who I think they starting with first. All those cops and all those nurses and stuff and firemen that was fired from their job because they didn't want to take the potion. Yeah, look it up. A federal judge said they have to hire them and they have to give them back pay. So you talking about you talking about some money. And to be honest with you, Kyrie Irving, to a certain degree, he might fall under that category. So this is just what you call a distraction story. Because like I said, how you gonna be mad at Kyrie Irving, but you ain't mad at Shaquille O'Neal? If this movie is so bad, why ain't you condemning Shaquille O'Neal for having a screening of this movie? But no, it was just a way for them to get even at Kyrie Irving, because he tweeted that a little bit like maybe the first, maybe because they announced, I think, around October 26th about what happened, what's going on in New York. So now you're gonna have a lot of people pissed off who lost their jobs or who was forced to, take the post, and who didn't want to take it. So now all of a sudden, oh, we need a distraction story. So that's why they took this Kyrie Irving thing and just enhanced it and blew it up. Because at the end of the day, the contents of a film is always debatable. It's something that you could have a discussion about. You could say, hey, well, I don't agree with it. But instead, people said, oh, this is hate speech, and this is this, and this is that. Like I said, keep in mind, in Mayonnaise Nation, that's what they specialize in doing, is creating their own narratives. That's what they like to do, is create their own narratives. It's always about them. It's always about what they think. Why is this factual? Oh, because a white guy said it, or a white woman said it. Oh, it's not this because I'm white and I say so. Because a lot of them have a God complex. So this was a distraction story. Like I said, you got Brent Favre. Even more and more information is coming out about Brent Favre and this welfare scam. More and more. But Brent Favre, he didn't stole from people, and most of the people he stole from look like us, but they ain't talked about that. They may spend one day talking about it, and since they not satisfied with Kyrie Irving's apology, we not satisfied. Brent Favre should be arrested. He should be charged. Brent Favre's name should be ran through the mud. Since they love to tell us what they ain't I ain't satisfied. I ain't satisfied with Robert Sarver. I ain't satisfied with what's going on with Ezra Miller. I ain't satisfied with anything pertaining to them being able to do, think, say, and whatever they want to do without any consequences or repercussions. So yeah, since Joe Tsai ain't satisfied, we shouldn't be satisfied. And it's time to put pressure on this dude. This is just absurd what he doing. Trying to put Kyrie Irving through all these regiments and stuff, man. The dude is just being a flat out racist. And it's just time to call the dude what he is. I'll put it out there. Joe Tsai is being a racist. And for you people that say, well, I don't think he's a racist, who cares what you think? Hey, let's not make this about race. Well, the way you coming after Kyrie Irving, you kind of accused him of being at least hateful and bigoted and all that kind of stuff. Why do you have to go through the extremes to try to public humiliate and break down a black man? This is the same stuff that they did to Janet Jackson with that stuff at the Super Bowl. They pretty much Buck broke her. She apologized immediately. Soon as it happened, she apologized in the press conference, said she was sorry for anybody. But nah, that wasn't enough. They just kept asking her to apologize, kept telling her, hey, we need you to apologize. We need you to apologize. But like I said, when somebody do something to us, they just say, hey, man, we said we sorry, move on. Like I said, always tell us to move on. Let me get this straight. They tell us, they always trying to dictate what we can do, tell us what we can do. So let me get this straight. They're telling us we can't even teach people about the heinous acts that's been committed towards us, towards our ancestors. They call it critical race theory. Now they have an issue with dude insinuating that the you know what might have been created. But once again, that's debatable. But they don't want us to be mad, given, titling heinous acts that happen towards us. They call it theory, as if it may or may not happen. Let me tell you something. Racism has always been going on. Let me tell you something. Slavery happened. It was terrible. Okay? No matter how much people are trying to dumb it down and try to soften the blow, no, it was heinous. It was horrible. And then what do they do by trying to dumb down slavery or try to make it look like it's not as bad, or basically try to distract people from having the real conversation about what was happening with slavery in America? Oh, they'll try to say, well, did you know in Africa, some of the slaves were sold by other African tribes? Okay, well, once again, did you have to follow suit? Did you have to bring them out here and treat them like they was literally animals that didn't belong in the house? There you have it. See, that's a lot of the tricks that they like to do. They like to do well, but no. We're not talking about, and then some black people fall for that. No, we're not talking about what we did. We're talking about what you did. We talk about what you've been doing. We talk about we talk about what you started doing, what you've been doing, and what you continuing to do. No, you. We ain't talking about what nobody else did. We talking about what y'all did, and you gonna pay up. You gonna pay up. You gonna pay up. So I'm not trying to hear none of this stuff. I'm not trying to hear these distraction stories of trying to do the boomerang theory. Nah. We talking about you. We talking about y'all. We ain't talking about what happened in Africa. We talking about what y'all did when y'all brought us out here, when you kept us on them slave ships for months, didn't feed us barely, had us eating our own feces to survive. See, no, slavery was as bad as it say in the history books. But once again, you trying to say, well, are you trying to say that police brutality didn't happen or it hasn't happened? Flooding our communities with drugs and all that stuff didn't happen. Black Wall Street didn't happen. Rosewood didn't happen. A couple of other heinous acts committed on black people. The Tuskegee, that didn't really happen. It wasn't what people made it out to be. But you call that theory, as maybe not. But then when somebody says, well, maybe what happened to God's people didn't happen, or it's questionable what happened, all of a sudden, it's horrible. They always try to do that to us. They always try to say that we're causing a racial gap. No, the racial gap has happened ever since we got here, because you don't want us to really have what you have. We still ain't got the 40 acres and a mule that was promised us. But like I said, everybody else got reparation. Everybody else got reparation except us. Every time we ask for something, we need to do more research. Save it. Yep. Yep. There you go. What Jerome said. Cut the check, motherfuckers. Pay up. Pay up. Pay up. Cut the check. You owe us at least, like Bob Johnson said, you owe us at least $14 trillion. You got the money. You know how I know you got the money? Because you was giving our money to Ukraine. You found billions of dollars to give them, but you ain't got billions of dollars for us. You ain't got billions of dollars for us, though, but you gave them billions of dollars. And a war that really ain't got nothing to do with us, but you ain't got no money for us. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. 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 That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so you got money to give everybody else, but you don't got money to give to the people that helped build this country. No black people, no America. No slaves, no America. We are the infrastructure. We are America. You know what? Because we are the money. Their own stats tell us that nobody spends more money than we do. So basically, without the black dollar, you really don't have no America. But then they try to devalue us and treat us like we don't mean anything. That's why I'm gonna tell you right there. If we really was serious about why you think they went after Marcus Garvey? If all of us said that if every black person said, you know what, we gonna take our resources and we gonna take what we know and we gonna move to Africa and we're gonna teach them the knowledge that we have. We're gonna just exchange knowledge. I promise you, they would try to prevent it. All that shit that these hunky McGee's be talking about, go back to Africa. You sure? You sure about that? You sure? You sure you want us to go back? You sure? You sure? You sure about that when they say go back to Africa? If y'all wouldn't have brought us here, you wouldn't have the infrastructure that you have right now. So you sure you want us to go back to Africa? So don't talk don't talk that game to me. Don't try to talk that lame game to me because that don't work. If that was the case, then why they went after Marcus Garvey? Why they accused him of fraud? They shouldn't have cared whether he wanted to go back to Africa, right? Because remember, y'all don't need us, right? Y'all can function without us, right? Well, that's been proven to be a lie. What it is, you would just take all the resources and just give us a little pieces of the resources. Just enough to where we could get by. And then had the audacity to think that you doing us a favor. So I'm just saying. And that's one of the reasons why I don't vote. So don't try with me. I know that take nerve. And I'm trying not to lose my composure. That take nerve for some damn Asian man to be sitting up there telling the league that's 80% black what one black dude need to do. Prove himself. Prove yourself worthy. Prove yourself. We've always proved ourselves. We've always persevered. In some of the dire situations that we've been in, we've always found a way. We've already proven, we proved with Black Wall Street and then there was more than one Black Wall Street. That's what a lot of people don't know. We proved with Black Wall Street, Rosewood, we could function on our own. We don't need them. But see, the thing is, they have to feel to be needed. See, that's the thing with them. They are the ones that's always on a power trip. They have the need. Their obsession is with power. They need to feel needed. But like I said, we've never needed them. We can function on our own. We built pyramids. We built pyramids with doors. Some of those pyramids had indoor plumbing. What is y'all talking about? This stuff we was doing in Africa. Navigation. What is you talking about? We've been proved that we didn't need y'all. We never needed them. But they make us think. We've been conditioned to believe that we need them. No, we don't. We don't. You need us more than we need you. For real. To be honest with you, if every black person picked up and left and went back to Africa, you would see real, live, actual purges. Who gonna play football? Who gonna play basketball? Who gonna get in these boxing rings? For real. Don't believe the hype. So I'm just keeping the buck with I'm just keeping the buck. Dude, Joe Tsai is getting on my nerve. Or he has got on my nerve talking about he don't feel somebody. But like I said, these dudes don't want to make themselves available. But go on his social media and call him what he is, a racist. That's exactly what he's being. He being a racist. He coming across as he being a racist, he being a dictator. And he need to be called out for that. He needs to be called out for that. Real talk. He needs to be called out for that. You got to just call it. You got to call it how you see it. You got to call it how you see it. You got to call it for what it is. And that's just what the dude is doing. He being a damn racist. Well, I'm just saying I've been had this knowledge. This who knows? I don't know how long dude been here, but he got some nerve. He got some nerve, like trying to, like, for real. He got some nerve doing what he doing with Kyrie Irving. Talking about he feel like he ain't sorry. Feel like he ain't sorry enough. He needs to do more. According to who? Who is you? Who is you? Who is you? Who is you, dude? Who is you to tell a black man how? Who is you to determine how sorry somebody is? Who made you God? For real, who made you God? But that's how it's always been. Where did this dude get off talking about this? Somebody get off telling somebody he feel like he ain't sorry enough. The only person that's sorry right now is the owner, because he's a sorry person. He's pathetic. He's pathetic. First of all, they don't like them, but I think somebody putting a battery in it, a battery in his ear, but putting a battery pack on him and, whispering sweet BS in his ear. But he need to be called out too. And it's time to apply pressure on him. Either let the man play or pay the man for him to go away. Stop playing these games. But like I said, this is just a distraction. Because like I said, that stuff that was going on in New York, where they basically said y'all got to give them dudes, essential workers, they jobs back, and y'all got to give them back pay. See, all of a sudden, I thought the timing was like, because the way they blew this out of proportion, basically, you demonized the man for putting out a tweet. Really? Everybody talking about that he was putting out hate speech or hate innuendos. He just tweeted about a movie. But then since Elon Musk has taken over Twitter, all you seeing is racial slurs towards black people. But ain't nobody said nothing about that. And then at the end of the day, the fake activist LeBron James threw him under the bus. Now he's sort of trying to backtrack. Nah, it's too late. At the end of the day, LeBron, took off his makeup. He showed exactly who he was. He showed that he was nothing more than a company man, pretending to be an activist. And now he trying to walk back. Nah, it's too late. Nah, too late, my dude. Too late. Too late. Nah, it's too late now, man. It's too late for LeBron to try to walk it back. Nah, you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that. You can't walk it back now and say, oh, you believe he should just play and talking about somebody got to learn. What do he got to learn? What do we got to learn? Do anybody say they want to learn more about us? No. Nobody wants to learn how we really get there because they already have a conditioned interpretation of how we are, how they see us. Like I said, it's okay for everybody to assume how we are, but then as soon as we start doing that to them, then all of a sudden they want to have a conversation. All of a sudden they're angry. Get your asses out of here with that fake stuff, man. You know what? I'm gonna be cool now. I'm finna lay off Michael Jordan. Sometimes I'd rather say nothing than to say something at all and make the situation worse. That's all that happened. LeBron took off his makeup. You know what I'm saying? It was like that song by George Benson, Masquerade. So the masquerade is over. It's over with LeBron. So now we know how he really thinks and feels. And it don't matter what he do from this point on. He not gonna be trusted. Just like I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't trust Kanye West, and I won't ever trust Kanye West because he did too much damage. You can't come back from this. It doesn't matter whether Kyrie Irving quits or not because he's still gonna probably have to give him some back pay from them ruling that anybody that was unfairly fired from their job for not taking a potion. They got to give them their job back and they got to give them back pay. And like I said before, I'm going to say this once again, like I told people, my whole stance on that whole thing, it should have been your choice from the gate. All this stuff about, oh, you don't trust a scientist or you don't trust a doctor. Hell no. How many times a doctor can make a mistake just like anybody else? Keep in mind, they humans. How many times have law offices had to go after the medical industry for malpractice, misdiagnosis, underdiagnosis? So let's not try to make it look like they don't make mistakes. So I'm just keeping it 100. And then you had idiots on here acting like they was like, you know what I'm saying, the YouTube Dookie Howser talking about they took medical classes more like Doodoo Howser. Like I said, just because you take a medical class don't mean one medical class or two don't mean you can go out just performing surgeries and diagnosing people, man. Shut your goofy ass up, man. For real. I never said I was a doctor. And I'm just keeping it a buck. Like I said before, my whole stance on it was it should have been your choice. Not people telling you had to do it. Not your job. First of all, your job shouldn't even been telling you that you had to do that. Now, see, what's going to happen is when all this start to get sorted out, basically what's going to happen is Congress is going to say, oh, well, we never told y'all that y'all had to do it. They're going to say, we just put something in place. If your job wanted to, if your job wanted to, say you had to do it. That's going to be their cap. And then you going to have all these people saying, okay, well, for the people that did do it, who didn't want to do it, oh, I'm filing a lawsuit because my constitutional rights was violated. So I'm just saying, Joe Tsai think he slick, but you going to end up having to pay Kyrie Irving one way or another. So what you should do, just basically orchestrate a buyout and leave it at that. And I know people say there gonna be people that ain't gonna touch Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving got too much talent for somebody not to touch him, and he only like 30, 31 years old. So can we stop it? Well, the George Benson song Masquerade, that might fly over people's heads though, but that was some people I got a lot of young people that listen to my channel, so they probably don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. But but classic song though by George Benson. The only idiot is Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal is a complete fraud. Shaquille O'Neal is a complete fraud, and that's all it come down to. So, like I said before, Shaquille O'Neal is walking hypocrisy, and then he's acting like a complete coward. Ain't nowhere to be found. Where he at? Nowhere to be found. Well, hey, I mean, where they at? Like it's been real quiet. It's been real, like I said, as far as Shaquille O'Neal go and Charles Barkley. Why didn't they address the whole thing with Shaquille O'Neal showing that movie at this movie theater? It's been real quiet in Coonland. You know, real quiet, but it's all good. But anyway, appreciate y'all listening.